Alright, real quick, time for devlog number 4. Now, if you notice, the starting room is, like, changed a bit, and that's, not really my, like, doing at all. The file for the starting room corrupted, so I had to, like, remake it from scratch. This will not be in the final game, by the way. This is just a testing room to show off stuff. And, by the way, these devlogs will be quite a bit more gradual than the Rise ones, just because there's a lot more variables here to, like, show off and discuss and stuff, and get done, I guess. So development will more than likely take longer on this project as a whole, and it will also, you know, be in smaller chunks. This particular game started work like 2 weeks ago, and I got a lot of work done in like the last 3 days, because the things in that week was me trying to like figure out how to tackle these things. So I really didn't do any coding for like that first week or two of the project, and I have now, so that's neat. Anyway, I'm just talking about like what I'm doing now. Point is, very gradual episodes until I start getting like a lot of the stuff for the first stage done. You won't be seeing like once I start getting like all of the things I need to build the first stage, which I've already got the ground, I've already got the block system, I've already got a playable, I've already got an enemy, I guess, frick proper English. But once I get everything I need to build the level done, I'll actually start building it, and then progress will pick up really quickly. And then after that, once I complete level 1, it'll slow back down for a bit. Rinse and repeat until game's complete. Once that accidentally rhymed, but whatever. Once I get like stuff, what I'm saying is once I get you know, all of the like coding parts of the level done, which would be the enemies and stuff, the level will progress much faster as it's just drawing the assets and stitching it all together. Now, the thing I've been putting off showing is a new enemy type. The Gruntus, which is an enemy from Rise, if you remember. You more than likely do remember, because the Gruntuses were or Grunti, however you want to say the plural of Gruntus. They're the most common enemy in Rise. I don't think the most common as in there's the most of them, but they're the only enemy to appear in all 4 of the normal levels. They don't appear in the final level, but no standard enemy appears in the final level. They're the only enemy to appear in level 1, 2, 3, and 4, though, in Rise. And I don't know how common they're going to be in this game. But whatever. His health bar is a little too high up because it's still using the health thing from the Bone Hermit. And the Bone Hermit's a little high anyway, but nah. So this will be lowered down later. And the Gruntus has about 10 health, and its knockback resistance is 1, which means every single attack will knock it back. Now I'm going to go and show off how he attacks. He does less damage. I buffed the Bone Hermit from 8 damage to 10. For reference, Thomas has 100 health, so 10 hits from a Bone Hermit will kill you. The Gruntus does, I believe, 5 damage. No, 4. 4 damage. And there's the Gruntus's attack. He'll attack you once, start going back again. The Gruntus does not track your movement like Bone Hermit does. The Gruntus just runs back and forth perpetually. And his attack animation is really slow. But then again, he is literally the first enemy you encounter, so that's not too big a deal. And now I'm going to show off what happens when you hit him with any attack. He only has 10 health, so he'll die from literally any attack Thomas has. Now, you'll notice that he did get a little horizontal momentum when I killed him with the basic attack, and that's because his horizontal speed would be equal to 5, as the knockback resistance and knockback strength of the standard attack from Thomas is 1. They're equal, so it's just 5. The kick does 10, because it's, 2, so it's 10 knockback strength. Not knockback strength, 10 speed. And the shield move, this ground one, I believe its knockback strength is 4, if I'm not mistaken, which means that it will do, 20 horizontal speed for the Gruntus. I think that's not 20. Yeah, 20. It'd be 20. Which is quite ludicrous. No, it wouldn't be 20. It's actually 8, I think. Yeah, it's 8. It's not 4, it's 8, so it would actually be 40, which is ludicrous. Zoom. And the shield move is 10 knockback strength, which means 50 speed. So if I go and kill Gruntus one more time, I missed. But yeah, he just goes. Before I had his knockback resistance set to 0.5 because the basic attack was doing way less knockback than it should. Then I wanted it to for Gruntus, but I decided to go back to 1 as that made basically everything else ridiculous. As it would make Thomas's aerial shield move do 100 speed. So yeah, no, thank you. It already does 50. But so I just set it as that because I want consistency. You know, I want consistency. So I can't really have them do different speed values or change that for this one enemy type. And I want consistency for like the knockback system. That's the goal. Is consistency across the board for all enemy types and stuff, and how the system operates. Now, next episode, we're actually going to have, next devlog, I guess, we're actually going to have, like, stage, an environment to, like, jump around in and start building stage 1. There are only enemy types in stage 1, besides the boss, will be the Bone Hermit and Gruntus, where it's going to be, like, basically the tutorial stage. You're going to be spending, it's a lot longer than Rise's first stage, by the way, but it's going to be spent, like, learning the controls and stuff, so I don't want to throw too many things at the player. I have thought about adding a ranged enemy, but I probably won't do that. I'm going to save more enemy types for later stages, instead of the whole, two exclusive enemy types a level, I guess, except for stage 2 in Rise, and I guess stage 4, which had 3. Stage 2 had 1 exclusive enemy. 2 on average for Rise, besides the last level. It was 2 on average for the normal levels in Rise. I want to have much more new enemies in this game, but have less exclusive enemies, if that makes sense. So each stage will introduce enemies, but most of those enemies will carry over to the next stage, right? So Gruntus will be in later levels, so will Bone Hermit. I don't want to have exclusive enemies for the sake of having exclusive enemies. There will be a few, though, like enemies designed to fit the theme of the level. Those will happen, but like the more generic enemies will reappear in later levels. And that's really all I have to say. I don't know when devlog 4 is going to drop, but I want a playable stage, regardless of how it looks, because the blocks things will still be here in the next devlog. Regardless of how the stage looks, I want a playable level up until the boss, no boss, done by devlog 4.